Welcome. My name is Cindy, and on behalf of the YMCA, I would like to thank you for joining me today for yoga. I will be doing more of a flow type class, so if I'm moving too fast or in a posture that's not comfortable for you, please either go into child's pose or mountain pose. But before we ever get there, let's come on down to the mats. And we're going to sit hips to heels if this is not comfortable for you. Once again, cross-legged posture works. So rolling the shoulders down and back, stacking shoulders over hips. So we're already engaging the abdominal wall. Jaws relaxed. And taking a few breaths right here just to settle on in. Maybe soften or close your eyes. Taking a few minutes, a few breaths for yourself right here. And just to focus on our breathing. Big inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, arms sweep out and down. So rolling those shoulders down and back. Loosening up any tension. Then hands back behind, interlace. Pull down and pull away. Opening up that chest. Long through the spine, abdominal wall is in. And you will hear me say that throughout class because it's easy to release the abdominal wall. We want to keep it engaged. So as we release, we're going to come on to hands and knees. I'm going to go sideways. Hands and knees, we're going to push into the palms, spread the fingers, dial your elbows in towards your body so the inside of your arms are towards the outside. And your knees are stacked underneath your hips. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Your cow is your inhale, your cat is your exhale. So let's start with neutral spine. In neutral spine, let's go ahead and take that inhale. And on that exhale, you're going to round through the spine, pulling up your belly button, dropping your chin in towards your chest. And then on your inhale, you're going to roll the shoulders down, lift up your tail lights, lift up your chest. So 2 more times per your breath. Maybe your exhale for cat, your inhale for cow. And when you've gotten through your 3 rounds, meet me back with neutral spine. And then maybe take a little bit of movement, whatever feels good for you, rocking forward, backwards, maybe swaying the hips side, side, just get a little bit of movement. We will be moving today. This can be more of a flow class. So if I'm going too fast, remember, child's pose, mountain pose, catch your breath. So position the hands as needed to flip those toes, and we're already going to come into a downward facing dog. So heels towards the floor, hips to the sky. Let's go ahead and walk the dog. That means you're going to shuffle those knees, get some movement in through the hips. The head hangs down. Push into those palms, stay out of those wrists. And then pushing the heels towards the floor. On an inhale, you're going to take your left leg high. And on the exhale, you're either going to sweep it through or come on down to your knee and step it through and find your way into runner's lunge. And in runner's lunge, we're going to take a twist. So left hand stays right here. You're going to inhale and bring the right arm up. So dropping the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades in, taking a runner's lunge with a twist. And as we bring that right hand on down, we're going to lift up and come into Warrior One. So in Warrior One, back foot comes to the floor. Toes are out 25 to 35 degrees. Keep a bend into that forward leg. And reach through your fingertips so there's length coming through the sides of the body. Finding your breath. We're going to take the hands back behind. We're going to take an intense stretch. So we're going to pull the hands away. It's not going to be humble warrior. We're going to lengthen out the leg. And over at that left hip crease, we're going to find long spine. And then hold into that stretch. Now if this is too much, go ahead and take a bend into that knee. But you can lengthen out that leg, lengthen out that leg. And here we're going to come into Revolving Triangle. So take a right hand to the outside of the left arm is going to come up. And now I can look towards you, so please smile. And then as we bring those hands back on down, I want you to step on in to mountain pose. And very slowly roll it up Stack it up and roll those shoulders down and back. So finding your mountain pose. We ended up in forward fold, brought ourselves to mountain pose. So I was cueing that left leg. So you may have thought, well, she was on her right. Well, now I'm going to mirror you. So I'm going to still cue you with your left leg. We're going to take big toe to hand stretch. So your left knee is going to come up to 90 degrees. You can either peace sign or however you can get those toes. We're going to take left hand to left foot, left big toe, and lengthen that leg out straight in front of us. And then right arm coming up and out, and smile. Finding that breath, scooping through the abdominal wall. And then let's slowly release and shake it out. So now we're going to take that same posture but with a twist. So bringing left knee to 90 degrees, right hand's going to reach around and take left toes. And now we're going to kick that leg back out and left arm is going to come out. So we have a little bit of twist going through the obliques, through our back, lengthening out as best you can through your standing right leg, and then releasing. I'm going to turn to the side, finding your mountain pose, ground on in. So hips over knees, knees over ankles, shoulders over hips. Pelvic tilt, inhale, high mountain. Exhale, sweep those arms out and down. Inhale, high mountain. On the exhale, micro back bend, cactus the arms, gaze along the ceiling. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, finding a squat, tuck and curl. 10th of fingers, lift the heels, hips to heels, forehead towards the knees. So relax the jaw. Tongue is off the roof of the mouth. And we are stretching out the back of the neck. So we are going to tuck the chin in a little bit. Rarely do I cue that. But here we actually tuck the chin in. And then let's come back onto hands and knees. So finding movement. Just maybe rocking forward, backwards, rocking side to side, just finding that movement, dropping those shoulders, squeezing those shoulder blades in. And then we're going to flip those toes. Inhale here to exhale into downward facing dog. So hips down, and let's walk the dog. And then pushing those heels down towards the floor. Taking your right leg, inhale, lift right leg high. And on that exhale, either sweep it through or come to your knee, step it through. That is an option. Coming into runner's lunge. So right hand stays to right foot. We're going to bring that left arm up, come into a little bit of a twist, looking up towards that left hand. And then bring that left hand on down, finding your balance. Inhale your way into warrior one. So that back foot. We're going to plant that back foot with toes coming out 25 to 35 degrees. So they're going out at an angle. Arms are up. Position as needed to get depth into the posture, a lunge posture. And then we're going to take that intense stretch. So hands behind and lengthen out the forward leg. Now we're going to come on over, tabletop right here. Once again, if this is too much for that leg, please put a bend into the knee as needed. And taking ourselves into revolving triangle. So left hand to the outside, right arm up. Woo! And we all wobble. It's the journey. It's not perfection. And then as we come on down, let's take ourselves back into runner's lunge. And then go ahead and step forward and come on in to mountain pose via a forward fold. Rolling shoulders down and back, and I'm going to turn towards you. So we're going to take toe to hand stretch, right knee 90 degrees. We're going to start with the right hand or right leg. So either peace sign the toes or however that looks for you. Left arm out. Finding that stretch, we're here. Uncurl the toes, left foot in case you're digging in. And then release. Quick shake out. And then now we're going to take a little twist into our stretch here. So right knee to 90 degrees. And then the left hand's gonna take the right toes and out we go. And the right arm is up. A little bit of a twist. I'm gonna cross the back. Please breathe. And then let's release. So shake that on out. Taking a little bit of a hip stretch, coming into figure 4. Right leg, we're gonna cross above that left knee. Sit on down, drop in through the hips. And then go ahead and roll through the spine. So you can lift back up. Head is the last, lift and drop those shoulders. Switch it out, other side. Sit on down. Make sure you're off the knee if you need to. Hold that leg up. And then let's roll through the spine, dropping those shoulders and lifting the head. So before we go into flow, take you into a balanced posture. We'll come into tree, grounding into your right foot, the bottom of your left. Come somewhere into the inside of the right leg. So we're gonna stay off the joints. We're not gonna push into the ankle. We're not gonna push into the knee. So either below the knee, above the knee, or kickstand on the floor. So finding where it's gonna work for you today. Every day is different. Every side is different. Palms to touch. Finding stillness, head as if you have a book. So create space between your chin and your chest. And then arms are going to come up. Dial the pinkies in, drop the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades. And finding that balance, finding that strength. And let's bring those palms back to touch. So once again, we're going to do standing forehead to knee, taking left knee to 90 degrees. So option 1, interlace the hands below the knee, lift right here, and you're working on your balance. Standing forehead to knee, we're going to pull that knee in towards the chest. We're going to basket the palm out of the foot, and then we're going to kick that leg out. So find what works for you. And it doesn't have to be the foot. You can hold on to the calf. You can hold on to the hamstring. And then let's all meet back in standing. Get a little bit of movement. Set up for the other side. Grounding into your left foot. Hopefully same you did for one side, you can do for this side. Bottom of right foot, somewhere to the inside of the left leg. Palms to touch. Space between your chin and your chest. And as you find that balance, let's bring those arms up. Dial the pinkies in. And uncurl the toes of your standing foot. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale, exhale. And then bring palms back to touch. Taking right knee to 90 degrees. So option 1, interlace, hold one-legged balance. Option 2, standing forehead to knee, pull that knee in towards the chest, basket the palm out of the foot, and out goes the leg. So one side may get better than the other. This is my sign that doesn't like to give so much, but we do both sides. And then releasing right here, let's all meet back in standing, finding your mountain pose. So stacking that body, pelvic tilt, abdominal walls in, hips are tucked under. We're gonna get ready to flow. We're gonna be doing breath to movement. By moving too fast, find an alternate posture, or pause in one posture and use the strength of that posture. All kinds of options. You've joined me today, so please continue to move. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. Listen for the cues. I will be doing Chaturanga. If Chaturanga does not work for you, please go to hands and knees. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, back bend. Your choice, big or micro. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, coming into high plank. Exhale into down dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, either sweep it through or come to that knee, coming down into your runner's lunge. On an inhale, coming into warrior one. So plant that back foot, holding nice and strong. On the exhale, we're going to come into tabletop. Arms come back, belly comes up. And on that inhale, I want you to come into Crescent. So we're going to come onto the ball mount of that back foot, drop in through the hips. And then as you exhale, I'm actually going to turn towards you because I'm going to be turning away from you. You're going to come into Warrior Two. So fingers, both arms are up. Shoulder blades are squeezed in. It's a big lunge posture, so finding your Warrior Two. So finding Warrior Two. Inhale into Reverse Warrior. So outside arm comes to the back of the leg, other arm reaches up. Exhale back into Warrior Two to protect the knee. I want you to lengthen out the leg and then come on into your triangle posture. And then protect the knee, take a little bit of a bend, and let's windmill those arms around and come back down into your runner's lunge. Release the foot. You're into high plank. If you're off breath, take an inhale. Exhale into Chaturanga. Inhale into Mini Cobra, Cobra Up Dog. Exhale into Downward Facing Dog. And then take a bend into the knees, lift the heels, and hop or walk, and come to the front of the mat, ending up into your forward fold. And let's very slowly, let's roll it up, stack it up, and drop on into those shoulders. So reposition as needed, finding your breath. Move around as needed. I'll turn this way. I will join you. I will be looking towards you. But when you get that back view, I want you to really pay attention to squeezing those shoulder blades in. Lengthen the arms, shoulder height, going strong through your fingertips in your Warrior Two. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, mini or big back bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your way into a plank posture. On the exhale, we're coming into Downward Facing Dog. Inhale, your right leg high. Exhale, sweep it through or come to your knee, step it through. Coming into your runner's lunge. We're going to inhale and come on into Warrior One. So position that back foot. We practice this. And then on the exhale, sweep back into tabletop. Inhale into your Crescent Lunge. So come onto the ball mount on the back foot. And here's where you're going to exhale and come on into your Warrior Two. So really squeeze those shoulder blades in. You want to make sure big stance between the legs. Coming into a lunge posture. On an inhale, I'm going to turn towards you. I want you to inhale into Reverse Warrior. So arms coming up. Reaching up, back arms going down, and then exhale back into Warrior Two. Lengthening out that leg. I know it looks like I'm doing the same side. That's okay, I want to face towards you. We're coming into that triangle. Then I want you to protect that knee and bring yourself all the way back down into your runner's lunge. Step it back into plank. You're off breath, inhale here. Exhale into Chaturanga. And then inhale. Maybe up dog, Mini Cobra, Cobra. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog. Then come onto the ball mount of the feet, take a bend into the knees, and hop or walk. Find your way into your forward fold, and slowly rolling it up, stacking it up, and then dropping into those shoulders. So finding your breath, finding your mountain pose. Ground on in. Find deep inhales, deep exhales. When you exhale, make sure you let all that tension go. Shoulders are dropped. And there's space between the chin and the chest. We're going to get ready to move again, but before we do, we'll come into another balancing posture. We're going to work our way into bow and arrow. I'm going to turn around so you can see what's happening. Your right foot, don't worry about me. I'm actually going to take the left foot because I'm going to turn towards you, mirror you. So for right now, right foot. Your right foot is up. Your hand is into the inside of the foot. Many times we want to grab the outside, inside of the foot. Now I'm going to turn towards you. So you have your right foot. You have your hand to the inside of the foot, finding your balance. So we've opened up our chest and shoulders. We're going to bring our left arm up, reaching high. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, reach forward, kicking foot into hand, creating a little arch into the spine. We're opening up chest and shoulder. We're getting a good quad stretch right here. Strength into that left leg. We're reaching, elongating through the left side of the body and finding your breath. Inhale and exhale. And then let's bring it back up and release. So off to the other side, grounding into right foot, lifting left foot behind you, left hand to the inside of the foot. So the thumb's facing to the outside of the foot. Right arm extends up. Take that inhale here. Exhale. Kick that foot into that hand. Open up your chest and shoulder. Slight bend into your standing knee. Reaching forward. Finding breath and uncurling toes of the right foot, your standing foot. And then let's come back up and release. So I'm going to get us moving again, starting with mountain pose. I'm going to inhale into high mountain. Exhale into your back bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale into chair. So it's going to go back and through the heels. So back and through the hips. Arms are long. Biceps are near the ears. We're on an inhale here. On the exhale, sweep the arms into airplane and come onto the bottom end of the feet. We're coming into balancing chair. And then on an inhale, I want you to step on out into 5-pointed star. So feet go out wide. Turn pinkies in towards me. 5-pointed star. I want you to come into goddess. So we're going to come down into squat. Elbows are going to be to the outside of the body. It's going to be a small lift here. Just going to lift and lower. We're lifting the arms, lifting lower body. Small lift, understated move. We have 4 of these. Come on back and down. Let's bring those arms back on up. And then as we bring the arms and sweep them down, let's lengthen out the legs. Come first into tabletop, and then come all the way down with the hands. Let the crown of the head hang towards the floor. And then taking your ankles or walking the hands through center. And then using core strength, I'm going to bring those arms back on out into T. Lengthen out the spine. Using core strength, I want you to swing yourself back on up into 5-pointed star. And I want you to heel toe on in. And roll those shoulders down and back. And one more right here. And then drop those shoulders. Just take a big inhale up. And then exhale, come on into a forward fold. Then take some bend into the knees, shuffle those hips side to side. Then very slowly start rolling it up, stacking it up, and dropping on into those shoulders. So working through to down dog, I want to take you into half pigeon. It's a great hip opening. Hip openings are very needed this time in our society right now, a little stressful. We have a tendency to hold our emotions in our hips. So we're going to open it up with half pigeon. The best way I know to get there and help you get depth is through a down dog. So listen to my cues. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, your back bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then come on in to your plank, however that looks for you. So that was an inhale. On the exhale, I want you to go ahead and take a Chaturanga. So come on down. And then inhale into your mini cobra, cobra up dog. And exhale into your downward facing dog. So your right leg, I want you to inhale your right leg high. I want you to take your right knee towards your right wrist. And I want you to kickstand the foot out to the side and lengthen out your left leg. Now to know if you have your balance through center, You should be able to lift the arms up. And if this is, I will show a modification. I'll get you into half pigeon first, and I'm going to show a modification. If you have that hip down, this is also a great one for a block if you have a block at home. You're going to create that shelf, and you're going to bring your forehead down onto your arms. So if you have this, stay in posture. If you're looking for a modification, you're going to come onto your back. You're going to cross your leg over, figure four, and then just pull everything towards the body line. And you'll have a gentle push with the elbow against the inside of the leg. And you can also do it with bent knee or let the leg hang, whatever is working for you. So finding your posture. I'll quickly get myself back on into half pigeon. Hopefully you've been breathing through it. So take one more breath right here. And as you start to lift out of this, putting the palms onto the mat so you can lift up through the chest. Now we're going to gently be pulling that left leg in towards us. Let's go ahead and bend. Left foot towards the back side. Right hand reach around. Find that foot. Pull that foot towards the body line. And then as we release, don't let that leg go flop into the floor. Control the down. Flip the toes. Lengthen out your left leg. Right leg meets up. You're in your plank, your high plank. So take an inhale here. Listen for the cue. Exhale into Chaturanga. And then inhale, maybe into up dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. And then inhale, bringing your right leg high. On the exhale, let's sweep right knee to right wrist. Kickstand out the foot. Are you on your left? Sorry, we're filming live, so if I'm messing up my sides, go with me here. You're doing your other side. That's the fun of filming live. You go with the flow, just like you do in life. So we test our balance, make sure we have ourselves centered, and then let's bring the arms on down, create that shelf, and then bring the forehead on down. So as you come into your half pigeon, make sure you don't start rolling off to one side or the other. Keeping your jaw relaxed, facial muscles are heavy. So remember that modification was on your back going into a figure four. And then take one more breath here. Then as we start to lift up, palms to the mat, walking the hands towards the body so we don't strain on into that back leg. Let's pull it in a little bit, bend, and take the foot with the opposite hand. So good chest and shoulder opening right here, great quad stretch. And then control the release. Don't let that foot boomerang to the mat. Control the release. Flip the toes, lengthen out the leg, release, coming on into high plank. And then holding high plank, using the posture for the strength that it builds. So you have length from your heels through the crown of your head, pushing into the palms, fingers are spread, elbows are dialed in. And then come down on your knees, big toes in, knees out, come on into a child's pose. So hips to heels, or walk the hands forward, forehead down towards the mat. And then hands walk back towards the body so you can lift up through the chest. Bring those knees on in, coming onto hands and knees. I'm going to thread the needle. I'll go a little bit off to the side here. I'll get my lefts and rights going correctly here. So your right hand, I want you to inhale it up. Your right hand, my right hand. Let's exhale and sweep it on through. Let's bring the ear and the shoulder down towards the mat, and so your tail lights are going to stay up towards the ceiling. And then as we release up, let's sweep that arm up and bring that hand on down. Then off to the other side. Sweeping the arm up, looking up towards those fingertips. Let's bring that arm underneath. Let's thread the needle. Bringing the ear and the shoulder down towards the floor, down towards the mat. And then releasing, let's swing that arm back up and bring that hand on down towards the floor. We're going to go into bird dog, bringing leg, I'll let you choose, opposite arm, opposite leg. So we have balance here. The leg that is lifted, the hip is dropped towards the floor. Lengthen all four sides of the neck, and the tongue is off the roof of the mouth. And the abdominal wall is drawn in. And then let's release and create it on the other side. So opposite arm, opposite leg, other arm. Make sure that hip is dialed towards the floor. And then releasing, come on down to seated. So comfortable seated posture, cross-legged if this does not work for you. Listening to your body. Keeping both hips on the floor. We're going to walk those hands out, bringing the forehead down towards the mat. So the key here is to keep both hips on the floor. We're working on the stretch, flexibility, and then let's walk those hands back in towards the body. Recross the legs. Hips stay on the floor. We're going to walk those hands forward. Forehead on down towards your mat, towards the floor. And then walking those hands back in towards the body. We're going to bring ourselves down onto our back so we can come into bridge. To get there, legs extend out, heels into the floor, toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale into a forward fold. So drop the shoulders. So hands to the toes, can be to the shins, can be to the quads. You can have a bend into the knee. Finding what's working best for your body. And then as we release wherever those hands are, palms are going to turn up towards the ceiling. We're very slowly going to roll through the spine. We're going to keep on coming down and come all the way down. And then hands along the side of the body. We're going to go ahead and bend those knees, plant those feet, and we're going to push into the feet as we push the heels, as we push the hips up towards the ceiling, dropping the shoulders. So squeeze those shoulder blades underneath you. And if it's available to you, take those hands underneath the body, interlace, finding your breath. So knees are in parallel lines. We're not splaying out with the knees. So you're engaging deeply into your outer part of the quads. And then releasing those hands if you have them interlaced underneath you. Palms into the mat. And then very slowly start rolling that spine, bringing those hips on back and down. And let's pull those knees in. And then taking a bend into the knees, taking the feet to the outside of the mat. Arms a little bit wider so we can windshield wiper the legs, dropping to one side and then the other, creating that movement. And then choosing one side or the other, both knees off to that one side. So the outside foot is going to come on to the other leg just above the knee. So you're going to get that added stretch by extra weight. And then as we release, plant both feet back down. Let's drop those knees off to the other side so that inside foot is going to come up above the knee of the other leg, providing resistance to get that deeper stretch. And then as we release, bringing both knees in, hugging the knees. We're going to roll ourselves all the way back on up. Get a little bit into the core and take us into boat pose. We're going to do 3 15-second boat poses. So options, you can keep the heels into the floor, bend the knees and reach forward. Option 2, bring the legs up and the arms continue to reach forward. Option 3, arms and legs come up, shoulders stay dropped, squeeze shoulder blades in. 15 seconds, number 1. We have started our 15 seconds. So really draw the shoulder blades in, dial those pinkies in. You have about 7 seconds to go. Keeping that posture. And then let's plant the feet and hug the knees. So that was 1 of 3. Let the jaw relax if you're clenching your jaw to get through your boat. Roll those shoulders down. So choosing your posture, knowing this is number 2. So find that full depth, whatever is working for you. I've got my watch. I've got your back. Shoulders are dropped. Arms big, yes or no. Arms can be out, in front, up, overhead. Lengthen the neck. You're almost there. Stay with me. And then let's plant those feet and hug those knees. Really let those facial muscles go heavy right here. It's easy to tense up when we're trying to hold a posture. So one more time. Let's bring those arms up, legs up, yes or no. Lengthen the spine, chest is open. You're only about 5 seconds in, it leaves only 10 to go. These are only 15 seconds. So smile through it, right? Having a good time. And then let's plant those feet and hug those knees. So roll through the spine. Drop on into those shoulders. Taking your right heel in through center, left leg extends out to the side. Left arm comes to the inside. On an inhale, bringing that right arm up. Exhale into a side bend, looking underneath your right arm. On an inhale, lifting back up. On the exhale, you're going to come into helicopter. So right hand's going to go towards the left foot. Left hand back behind you to give you a little push forward. If you're nowhere in the address of this left foot, bring that left leg in. It may make it more available to reach that left leg with that right hand. And as we lift ourselves back up, right hand's going to come back behind us. We're going to lift up through the hips. We're going to shoot up, bringing that left arm up towards the ceiling. And then have that seat. Come on back and down. So let's work our way back over to the other side. Be a diamond. So bottoms of the feet in towards one another. So butterfly is here. Diamond is further out. Diamond is more about our back stretch. So we're going to go ahead and round the spine. Bring the forehead down towards the floor, towards the feet. Finding your breath. And then roll through the spine and drop on into those shoulders. Take left foot into center. Right leg extends out. Right hand to the inside. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend, looking underneath that left arm. Open that chest. Relax the jaw. And then let's inhale back on the left and then exhale into your helicopter. Now this is a very tight side for me, so this leg, I definitely bring it more towards the midline so I can get somewhere in the address of that right foot. And then as we release, taking that left hand back behind us, right arm's going to shoot up. As we lift up, looking up towards the hand. And then come on back on down. We're going to come into our butterfly. So bottoms of the feet towards one another. We're going to bring those heels closer to the body. Elbows are going to push into the knee crease. And we're going to push the chest forward. So this is more about longer spine, more hip opening, diamond rounded spine, more of a spinal stretch. As we release, we're going to take our right heel to the outside of our left hip. We're going to cross on over. So if this is another good one for a block, if you're nowhere near the floor, you can always put a block in through here, move that right foot out of the way a little bit, find what works. That right arm's going to wrap around that left knee. We're going to pull it towards the right shoulder. Left hand's going to come back around once again, giving us a deeper twist. And as we work our way back in through center, left hand to the inside left foot. Once again, it doesn't have to be the foot. I'm going to kickstand out that leg. So taking another deep stretch, dropping the shoulder, belly is in. And then let's switch it out. Let's take left heel to the outside of the right hip. Right crosses on over. So the goal is to have these hips into your mat, into your floor. Left arm's gonna circle around, pull right knee to left shoulder, and taking that hand back behind you to get that deeper stretch, deeper twist. And as we come back in through center, taking the hand to the inside of the foot, onto the calf, onto the hamstring, trying to lengthen out that leg. You can always keep a bend into that knee. Once again, your body, your workout. And then releasing, finding comfortable seated, grounding on in right here. I'm going to help you stretch out through your neck. I'm going to position you to go into Shavasana. Please do take time for yourself. I'm not going to cue Shavasana. I'll position you into it, and I'll say goodbye before I get you there. But before we get there, let's take our right arm down towards the side right here and gently push that left hip on down. So we can all fall over. We want to stretch through our low back, in through our obliques, and we're letting left side of the neck take a little bit of stretch while we hang right ear over right shoulder. Facial muscles are released. They're hanging heavy. And then let's come up. Let's set it up on the other side. So gently push into that right side so the hip doesn't lift. Knife edge of the left arm comes down, letting that left ear hang off to the left shoulder. Getting that stretch to the right side. And then lifting on up. So as I work you into Shavasana, I'm going to take another forward fold. Legs are long, heels into the floor, toes are up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and come on into forward fold. So try to push those heels away. We've been lengthening out the legs a little bit, so hopefully maybe now straighter legs, pushing the backs of the knees towards the floor. And then as you lift up, coming up to seated, I'm going to turn towards you and I'm going to thank you so much for being here with me. I will be bringing you down, getting you ready for your Shavasana. It's been my pleasure to be here today in YMCA, and I thank you. And thank you for bearing with me on my lefts and rights. I appreciate that very much. It's not perfection, it's progress, and we are all on our journeys. So getting ready right here. Let's just go ahead and stretch forward with those fingertips, and so we can roll through the spine. So Shavasana does not have to be corpse pose, by the way. I'll bring you on down, come all the way down. So corpse pose. The bottom, your palms are up towards the ceiling, the backs of the hands are into the floor, and your fingers are going heavy. Now, if you can find the relaxation through your legs and really release those muscles, your feet will hang off to the side and go heavy. So corpse pose is about stillness. Shavasana is about stillness. You'll be closing your eyes and you'll be please take 2 to 5 minutes. If you can go longer, please do so, to be completely still and let your mind release and take a few moments for yourself. Another good posture for Shavasana is back on into the diamond if you want more of a hip opening, or you can bring up into a butterfly. So finding whatever is going to work for you. Once again, I do thank you for being here today. I appreciate you very much, and I hope to see you in classes soon. Namaste.